Hey guys, so this is less pleasant than my typical nice positive videos, I'm sure, but I'm gonna kind of rant for a second. I know that by putting my story out there and sharing things that it opens me and even my followers up for criticism and for people to troll and be bullies and be ugly. And so every time that I post a video, inevitably I get a couple of hate comments. Either I'll get some, most frequently they're from the vegan and vegetarian crowd, typically the ethical vegans. And for some of these folks, I totally understand where they're coming from. They really feel like they have a purpose and a stand, and typically I just very respectfully just remove them and I don't engage, because we don't see eye to eye, and I feel like we just need to agree to disagree. But last night I posted my grocery haul video, which if you haven't seen it, it's a budget-friendly grocery haul for a family of 4 following a keto and ketovore diet. And I had a comment from one lovely Jessica that really pissed me off. And I wanted to address it. And, before I could even screenshot it or anything, I deleted it. And I'm kind of mad at myself for doing that, because I wish I could have added her screen name, but her name was Jessica, and we'll just stop there. But Jessica remarked that she just finds it hilarious when people like me buy cheap ass eggs and buy garbage bacon, when if I put back the garbage bacon, I would be able to afford quality eggs that are $8 a dozen. Full stop. Okay. Let me explain to you guys where I'm coming from. Okay. I have spent my entire life budgeting when it comes to my food. When I was a child, I was one of 4 kids in a household where the only working parent was my father, who was a school teacher. Everyone in this country knows that school teachers don't make great money, and they did everything that they could to make ends meet. And a lot of times that meant having low quality meat. That meant having I remember them getting a top sirloin steak that was about this big and about a half an inch thick. And they would cut it and split it between the 6 of us to feed us for dinner, because that was the best that they could afford to feed us. We had canned tuna a few times a week for dinner. We would have grilled cheese sandwiches with the cheapest and worst bread and American cheese, just to be able to feed us kids. And there are families everywhere in this country that are in that same situation, that are trying to feed their families, and maybe trying right now to better their health, because let's face it, cheap food is typically what will make us sick. And so if they're trying really hard to improve their diet, to improve their blood sugar, their metabolic health, to try and rid themselves of things like high blood pressure and gastrointestinal issues and everything by following a low carb or keto or a carnivore diet, and you come in here and you start shaming them for the choices that they make for what they can afford, that is garbage. Absolute garbage. The garbage here, Jessica, is not my bacon. It is you. 100%. To come in and act self-righteous, it is not okay. Not ever okay. There are people everywhere in our community that are dealing with food insecurity, that are using free pantries and blessing boxes to be able to feed their families, and you're going to come in here and criticize my $2 dozen eggs? No. Full stop. It is not okay. Absolutely not okay. Are we clear? And every single one of my followers, you need to understand the same thing. Man, it's really cool if you can buy the Happy Farms eggs and the Vital Farm eggs, if you can buy the grass-fed, grass-finished beef, if you can buy the organic, perfect free-range chicken. That's awesome. Good for you. Go for it. But to come in to any one of my spaces, whether it is YouTube or Instagram or in my DMs, and be critical of someone for whatever their income is and what they can afford, makes you a garbage human, and that is where we stand, period. Everybody needs to learn how to stay in their lane. You do you, I'll do me, okay? Until then, find a hobby. All right, Jess? That's where we're at. Sweet, dear Jessica. I hope you get a flat tire on the way home. Okay? Love you, mean it. Rant over.